Hello, in this lecture I will be talking about listening as acquisition. There are 6 modules in this lecture. The first module is perspective on listening as acquisition. The second module is the teaching of speaking. The third module is talk as interaction. The fourth module is talk as transaction. The fifth module of this lecture is talk as performance. And the sixth module of this lecture is implication for teaching all of these 3 functions of speaking. The first module of this lecture, perspective on listening as acquisition. Let me talk about the previous lecture before we going into it. So in the first lecture we talk about listening as comprehension, in which we focus on the role of listening in a language program was to develop learners' ability to understand things that they listen to. This approach to teaching of listening is based on the following assumption. Listening serves the goal of extracting meaning from messages. Number 2, to do this, learners have to be taught both bottom-up and top-down processes to understand messages. Number 3, the language of utterances, the precise word syntax and expression used by speakers are temporary carriers of meaning. Once meaning is identified, there is no further need to attend to the form of messages unless problems in understanding occurred. Number 4, teaching listening strategy can help make learners more effective listeners. So, what classroom strategies are appropriate for listening as acquisition phase? I would propose 2-part cycle of teaching activities. Number 1, noticing activities. Number 2, restructuring activities. In noticing activities, for example, student can listen again to the recording in order to identify differences between what they hear and what the printed version of the text is. Number 2, complete the close version of the text. Number 3, complete sentence stem taken from the text. Number 4, check off entries from the list of expressions that occurred in the text. In the restructuring activities, I would propose that students should be do paired reading of the tape script in case of conversational text. Number 2, written sentences completion task requiring use of expression and other linguistic items that occurred in the text. Number 3, prepare dialogue practice on the same text. Number 4, role plays in which students are required to use a key language from the text. Let me give you an example of the text. Here is the listening text from an activity in Interchange 3rd edition level 2. Mike has just returned from Brazil. Listen to him talk about Carnival. What did he enjoy most about it? Mike said, "Isn't that music fantastic? It's from a samba CD that I got when I was in Rio for Carnival. Wow, Carnival in Rio is really something. It's a party that lasts for 4 whole days. It's held late in February or early March. But you need to book a hotel room way in advance because hotels fill up really quickly. Carnival is celebrated all over Brazil, but the most famous party in Rio. The whole city is decorated with colored lights and streamers. It's really very beautiful. Everyone is very friendly, especially to visitors from other countries. The best part about Carnival is big parade. The costumes are unbelievable. People work on them for months. It's really fantastic to watch. Everyone dances the samba in the streets. I would really recommend you to go to Rio for Carnival if you ever have the chance." So for the text, I would propose 2-part strategy is appropriate for classroom practice and material design. Phase 1, listening as comprehension, which we have discussed in the previous lecture, and Phase 2, listening as acquisition. Now, listening text used as the basis for a speaking activities, making use of noticing activities and restructuring activities.